Saturday edition of Wasatch Weekends. I'm your host, Maddie Evans. Now, we've got a great show in store for you, but we would always like to remind you that if you are looking for great activities to take part in and around our community, well, then you should always tune into Wasatch Weekends. We're here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning starting at 7 a.m. and we like to give you the full list of not only sports, entertainment, activities that you can get out there and do, but some of the news that's taking place around our wonderful community. Now, if you're looking for something fun to do today, well, there's a full lineup of activities, and I know that this one would be top of my list if I was not already planning to get out there and ski here locally, but you can make your way over to Solitude Mountain for a 90s themed prom, and that's right, so dust off your retro formal wear and join them for their 90s prom. Throw on your tux or your gown over your ski gear for a fun themed day of skiing, and then when the lifts come to a complete stop, head over to Last Chance Lodge where the party continues. There's going to be live music, food, beverages for purchase, and a crown of your very own for maybe that Solitude prom royalty. The schedule is 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Skiing or riding in your prom attire. 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. is prom at the Last Chance Lodge. Now, it is a $5 entry fee donated towards a local nonprofit, so this is a great way to just be involved in the community, see all of the wonderful things that are happening, and honestly, bust out that old prom gear. I don't know about you, I don't think it would fit over my ski attire, but I would really love to be there, so make sure that you go check it out. Now, if you're looking for something else to do, up at Brighton Resort, there's something really fun happening, and this is for such a good cause. Brighton has partnered with B4BC's Love Your Peaks event to prevent breast cancer. The Love Your Peaks at Brighton Resort will include the Pink Poker Run, a tribute ride, raffles, and auctions. So make sure that you make your way up to Brighton. Now, the Pink Poker Run is for all ages and abilities in fun, and it's an interactive way to explore the mountain, where participants visit various checkpoints around the mountain to collect pink playing cards. The people with the 3 best poker hands at the end of the run will win prizes from the B4BC and their partners. Other activities include a tribute ride and so much more. So make sure that you go down. Registration is a donation of $25 minimum per person, and additional fundraising is encouraged. Top fundraisers will win a very sweet prize. So if you're looking for something kind of different, very family friendly, and for a very great organization, well, then you're going to want to make your way over to Brighton Resort, because there's just a ton of fun happening up on our ski mountains right now. And I don't know about you, but like, I can't pick between them all, and so that's why I'm just going to go take a nice mellow ski day. Now, if you're looking for something fun to do tonight, maybe you want to switch it up, get some nice nightlife, well, Collab at the Cabin is starting at 9 p.m. tonight, and this is going to be a really fun way to experience a lot of different music. So you can go see all of this collaboration of talent and all of these world-famous multi-instrumentalists set to create a musical experience during the final days of the 2023 Film Festival. Now, something about this event, it is 21 and older, so make sure that you do have your ID with you and ready to go, and do not try and sneak in there with a fake ID, but have a ton of fun, because this is a great way to enjoy a lot of live music. Now, something else that's taking place today over in Heber is Skijouring, or Skijouring, however you like to pronounce it, but this is a really fun activity. If you like skiing and you like horses and you want to see skiers and cowboys come together and make one very fun activity, well, we had the chance to interview them, and we're going to show you that interview in just a little bit, but right now we're going to take a look at that local weather forecast so you know what you're in for today.
This resort report is brought to you by Sun and Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
looking to bring home a forever friend, well, we've got the perfect one for you with Nuzzles Co. And we've got Josh joining us and Superman. Thank you so much for being here, Josh.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having us.
I cannot get over how cute that puppy in your arms is right now. So tell us a little bit about Superman and all of his wonderful siblings.
Superman is a res dog. He's got 3 litter mates, and we named him Wonder Woman, Batman, and the Flash. The Flash is all white. Batman's got big black circles around his eyes, so he's a little dark and brooding. And Superman's sort of the more even-keeled, just all-around happy guy. Never lets anything get him down. Really sweet puppies. They're 8 weeks old. They got fixed just a couple of days ago. They're available for adoption as of today. Let's see, they've had their first couple rounds of shots, microchipped, spayed and neutered. Really cute, very sweet, well-rounded guys and girls.
Look at those ears. I cannot even get over how adorable he is. Now, what kind of dog do you guys think he is?
You know, we stopped playing that guessing game a little while ago because at the res, you just don't know. I've got 2 res dogs, and we did a DNA test on one, and it was just like, are you kidding me? This is none of the things that we thought it was. And other times in the past, we've tried to say, well, it looks like maybe it's got some golden retriever. And adopters would say, well, he doesn't act like a golden retriever. And you're like, it's a rescue. It comes from the res. So we just call him a mixed breed. And our best guess is probably 40 to 50 pound range for these guys. So a good solid medium-sized dog.
I love his little neck rolls that he has as he's looking around. I cannot stop staring at them. Now, what is the adoption process through you guys like if people are interested in taking that face home with them?
If you have another dog, we really recommend coming to meet Superman with your dog, do a little meet and greet, see how well they mesh. Otherwise, it's come meet Superman or any of his litter mates, see if you guys are destined to be together. We have an application to fill out that just makes sure that you either own a home or you have a landlord that permits animals, and that we want to make sure they're well taken care of. So we ask a few questions. Once the application's reviewed, then we do some other paperwork, and there's an adoption fee for puppies. Puppies under 6 months, it's $375, but again, that includes the spay, neuter, microchip, and the first couple rounds of shots. So,
oh my gosh, look at his teeny tiny little paws wrapped around your hand right now. Now, I think it's so important that you do the landlord check, of course, especially because sometimes people are not always fully thinking the process through, but a dog is a lifetime commitment. And so I always love to ask shelters and wonderful organizations such as yourself, if people have a struggle with the dog and they can no longer keep it, do you guys ask that they return it to you?
we do actually. That before trying to go another route, we kind of make a guarantee. Like if there's ever a situation that doesn't work out, bring the dog back to us, bring it, and we'll go back through the process again, try to find them the right home.
Now, one of the big things that we wanted to talk about during this interview was spaying and neutering, only because it is so important that you do so, even if it's not a dog that people have rescued through you guys. Just if they have a dog of any kind, they should do this. Why?
There's a variety of reasons. I mean, part of why we work with the res is they don't have a lot of resources down there. We do spay and neuter clinics. There's an estimate that there's a couple 100,000 dogs down there. And I mean, that's just too many homeless dogs. Food becomes scarce, water becomes scarce. In neighborhoods, let's say in Salt Lake or Park City, dogs breeding, there's not enough homes in a lot of cases for those. Shelters are overcrowded. It actually helps female dogs with breast cancer, meaning it eliminates the possibility or reduces the possibility of breast cancer in dogs. So there's health benefits to things like that. Breeding annoyances, obviously, when they have the instinct for breeding and you take them to parks and things like that, that becomes muted.
I love that he keeps just headbutting you as you're talking. It is really hard not to just be in love with him. Now, let's talk a little bit more about these res dogs and what people can do to really help support you guys as you are saving these dogs as much as possible.
Yeah, our res rescue program is pretty cool. Our intake coordinator is Navajo. And so we go down there, we do our spay and neuter clinics. We offer those either free or low cost. We're able to do that partially from grants, but mostly through donations. So we're always happy to take donations to continue to do the life-saving work that we do. As a nonprofit, that's kind of how we operate.
Now, if people are interested in maybe volunteering with you guys or donating, are those both opportunities? The donation one, yes, but volunteering as well?
Yeah, absolutely. And on our website, there's different areas where you can like find how to get involved or how to help. Volunteering, you would send an email, and again, I believe there's a little application process that it prompts you to do. Find out what your experience is. Fostering is actually a huge part of what we do. I don't think we could do what we did without fostering. Fostering is preferable to dogs living in shelters. Give them a home setting. That's another opportunity. People who want to be around dogs. We have sleepovers to help socialize dogs. So if you're from out of town and you're in Park City and you're missing your pup, you could take one of the Nuzzles dogs home for the night or home for the weekend. If you work in an office nearby, we're about to launch a program for people to do office fostering. So come on your lunch break, pick up a dog for a couple hours. Let's get them used to the sights and sounds of TVs, computers, people coming and going, deliveries, things like that, that they don't get to experience here with us.
Which I think is so important because you are taking kind of that hard training work, especially out of these adorable little puppies, because you have resources and people to help. Now, the application process for fostering, are there certain requirements that you guys really go into when people are looking to foster?
There are. Erin is our coordinator for all that stuff, and I know she is sort of flexible with some of those things, but there is the application that she'll kind of go over with you, and you know, there's some definite hard rules, like you can't go to a dog park and just let them off leash. Boarding is not really an option either. So when you're fostering, it's really about putting them in your home and giving them the tender loving care that would come from actually having them as your own pets. Oh, come on.
Now he's getting all sorts of squirmy and he's got the cutest face, those little folded over ears.
Right outside of your over here, there's a bunch of treats on the table, and every time I stop feeding him, he's like, "I see those treats right there."
Look, he's like, come on, another one. He's like, um,
We've done a couple. Another way that we socialize them and kind of a fundraiser that we do is something called a Snuggle Lounge. Businesses or even parties can hire us, and we'll bring four puppies down for 90 minutes to 2 hours, and it gives the puppies a chance to socialize. It gets people the puppy therapy that is so important in life. And so yesterday we did one at the Waldorf Astoria, and it was pretty cool. They met a lot of people, and then the day before we did it for Sundance staff and volunteers. So these Superman and his litter mates have met a lot of people over the last few days, and they've been great dogs.
I mean, look at that face. Now, if you were to adopt Superman to someone, what do you think the perfect home for him is?
When we have them as puppies, there's a huge opportunity here for kind of everything. If you already have a dog, if you're a family with kids, if you have cats, if you have other dogs, puppies are sort of ready to be, I don't want to say programmed, but like you can train them to deal with all of those things. They don't have some of the bad habits or socialization issues that some of the older dogs have. Like some of the other dogs that we've had from the res that have basically grew up with food and water and not as good resources. They need a little bit more of a calmer home, sometimes with not other animals around. So puppies, like, sort of the world is their oyster.
Their world is their oyster. I just watched him chew that up and then spit it right back out on accident. So there's half of a treat to the other side of you right now.
Yep.
Now, if people are interested in just being involved, do you guys take donations for supplies, things like water jugs, things like bags of food, beds, toys, all of that as well?
Yeah, absolutely. We go through blankets and towels and beds as dogs, get bored and chew things up, or we just use them. Cleaning supplies like bleach and paper towels, we go through like crazy. But we do have a wish list on Amazon, and I believe you can access it through our website as well. So if you're more interested in bringing things, or even if you have things that you're not using anymore, old blankets or old dog stuff that maybe you don't need anymore, we'll take in-kind donations such as that.
Josh, thank you so much for spending the time with us, giving us all this great information, really doing the best work that you guys do, because what you do at Nuzzles Co is amazing and you're saving so many dogs' lives. And so someone who's an avid dog lover, who has a rescue dog at home, I really appreciate it.
We love what we do. These guys, we give them the most love and care and everything we can do for them until they can get to a forever home. And I mean, every day I get to be surrounded by puppies, so it's not a bad way to spend a career.
Okay, I just have one final question. How many people foster fail on dogs that you guys bring in?
You know, it's funny, before working for Nuzzles, I didn't even know what the foster fail term meant, and now I hear all the time, like, oh, I was fostering and I failed once or I failed twice. So it's hard. We had a really cute dog that got brought back to us a day or so ago, and the foster was just crying because she was like, I fell in love with this dog. I want to adopt it, but I'm on the fence. So we see a lot of that because it is an emotional thing. I mean, you do bond with these animals, and they're very, very sweet and lovable.
They are. I've foster failed on all of the dogs that my mom has fostered, so I have a collection of my mom's dogs now. Josh, thank you so much for taking the time to chat with us and giving us all this great information.
Absolutely. Thanks for having us.
And we hope Superman finds a home quick.
I'm thinking he will.
Yeah, I'm thinking he will too. Look at that face. Make sure that you check out Nuzzles Co. That way you can bring home a forever friend. Or if you are not ready to make the long-time commitment to a dog, well, then you can always foster, volunteer, or just donate to help save these beautiful little friends. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show. Welcome back to the show. If you're looking for a fun way to get outside that involves some pretty unique things, some skiing, some horses, well, there's a really fun activity coming up soon, and that's Skijouring Utah. And we've got Joe Loveridge joining us to talk more about what this event and activity is all about. Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us, Joe.
Yeah, you bet.
Now, if people are interested in participating in this event and they don't know what it is quite yet, can you give us a little overview of what Skijouring is?
So what it is, we bring horses and riders and skiers together, and the rider and horse pull a skier through a racetrack, basically, over jumps and around gates, and they got to grab rings. It's pretty action-packed.
It's pretty action-packed, and I've personally gone and seen a few of the events. I've always wanted to try it, but I've never been bold enough to be pulled on my skis by a horse, only because I'm really clumsy.
No, anybody can do it. Actually, we have divisions for all levels, from novice, beginner up to pro. We have a snowboard division, we have a ladies division, we have a youth kid division. We have a big air jump at the end for gals that want to see how far they can go. So there's a division for everybody. And if you don't want to compete, it's a blast just hanging out with folks, skiers and cowboys getting together. It's pretty fun. It's a cool dynamic.
It always is a ton of fun, and it's really just a good environment, like you said, having the skiers, having the cowboys, two worlds colliding to just make the most fun activity possible. Now, if people are interested in participating in the event, where can they get more information?
So if they go to our website, skijouringutah.com, they can register teams, they can register as an individual, and then we'll pair them up with a rider or a skier. If they don't have a horse, we'll get them we'll pair them up with somebody. If they do have teams, they just register as a team. And you can also check out the teams on our website. Everybody has their own bio. You can get a little bit more of their history and who they are and what they do. If you just want to come watch it, you can buy tickets. There's a link on there to the Wasatch's website where you can purchase tickets for Friday night or Saturday night, or both.
Now, do you ride the horses? Do you pull the skiers?
Do I?
Yes.
I do both, but I put the vent on. I usually am running around all over the place trying to keep things upright and people go in the right direction.
And how many years have you guys been putting on this wonderful event?
I think this is our 6th year.
And it takes place over in Soldier Hollow, correct?
No, it's actually going to be at the Wasatch Event Center right there in Heber at the rodeo grounds this year.
Nice. But in the years past, it has been at Soldier Hollow.
Correct. Yep.
That's all right. That Wasatch Event Center is such a fun place to go. And it's got great seating, and there's not a bad seat to be at. So, I mean, that's really the perfect place for it.
It is. Everybody's going to be able to see the whole course, not just part of the course that they go flying by you, but they're going to be able to see the whole thing and have seats, and there'll be food and a lot of good fun.
A lot of fun. Now, if people want to buy tickets, do they need to buy tickets, or is it a free spectator event?
No, they do have to purchase tickets Friday night and Saturday day. You can buy a 2-day ticket if you'd like to. Kids 4 and under are free. And you can get them online and secure your ticket, or you can take a chance and just drive up and buy at the window.
Joe, thank you so much for giving us all this great information. This is always such a fun event to come to year after year, and maybe one of these times I'm gonna have to get out there with you guys and see how my skiing abilities really are.
You've got 10 days to come up here and practice if you'd like to.
All right, only if I get to practice with you though, because I'm gonna need an expert to really help me.
That sounds good.
Joe, thank you again so much for taking the time to chat with us.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks.
Make sure that you check it out. It's going to be one of those very fun events that you're not going to want to miss out on. It's something that the entire family can get out there and enjoy. Make sure you go to skijouringutah.com, and that way you can buy your tickets online, register in advance, or you can register to participate in all of the fun. We're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we've got more of the show, so stay tuned.
This resort report is brought to you by Sun & Ski Sports, your new mountain sports headquarters.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this edition of Wasatch Weekends. Make sure that you tune in tomorrow. We'll be here at 7 a.m. and we've got another list of fun activities for you to get out there and see, do, and enjoy. Now, if you have room in your home or your heart to bring a new puppy into it, I highly recommend that you check out Nuzzles Co. You get your hand on Superman or any one of his adorable little litter mates, because I don't know about you, but those little ears the whole time had my heart just melting. So if you can, check them out, fill out the application, and bring home your forever friend. We want to thank you so much again for tuning in. Tune in tomorrow. We'll be here at 7 a.m. and we can't wait to see you then.